Hello and welcome to Sports This Morning on Channels Television. We're broadcasting live from Channels Television Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Austin Okonakwan. Welcome on board. Today on the program, we will talk about football, there's cricket, wrestling. Yes, wrestling is getting some followership in the country. I'll also talk about the Nigeria Professional Football League after matches played in match day 21. Action-packed world of sports. Let's talk sports now. Now, the Falconers, Nigeria's under-20 women's team got off to a shaky start at the FIFA Women's World Cup in Canada. They played a 1-0 draw against Mexico, and now Group C is finally open after Korea Republic and England also played a 1-1 draw. They need to win that next game against Korea Republic. Okay, in the Nigeria Professional Football League, Kano Pillars, they're showing some sort of dominance. Is this another title chase for the Kano-based club? Now, after match day 21, they defeated Giwa FC by 3-1. They're still on top of the table. Can they do the treble? It's football. Anything can happen. Remember, wrestling gave Nigeria 2 gold medals, 2 silver, and 8 bronze medals at the just concluded Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. Remember the names: Odunayo Adekroye, Aminat Adeniji. They truly deserve some credit for what wrestling is witnessing in the country. Massive development. It is beginning to gain followership. Success indeed has so many friends. We'll also take a look at cricket. Yes, Mahendra Singh Dhoni says they are focused in playing cricket, and then the controversy that is going on does not affect them as they get ready to play that test series against England. Action-packed world of sports. So much to talk about. Let's come back home. We're going to keep focus on the Falconers, but remember, the traditional dance steps produced by Odunayo Adekroye is one that we will never forget. Arguably, one of the best moments at the 2014 Commonwealth Games. We won't talk about wrestling because it is gaining some good followership, and all we want to do is sustain this development. When the athletes got back, they said all they want to do is to sustain the momentum, and right here at Channels Television, we also want to help them in ensuring that they take wrestling to that level where it should be. I've got the biggest fish from that wrestling ocean. You'll get to know who he is now. We'll go on that short break. We'll see Adekroye give us those dance steps again, watch the medal presentation, and then we'll come back. We'll fight. Not like wrestle, but we'll talk wrestling. Stay.
I want to use this medium to appreciate some of my people. The pressing of Honorable Dr. Dan Igali, the Nigerian Wrestling Federation president. He has been so very wonderful. In the last African Championship, I won silver. I was not happy because he had spent so much on me. I believe I should deliver. And I've promised myself and him that in these Commonwealth Games, I will not let him down. Going there, seeing him again, watching my wrestling, I put all my effort, and I give glory to God that all my best is good enough to win the gold. If you spend money on athletes, you have results. The Nigerian Commission, the National Sports Commissions, they really tried. We were calmed. Our food was okay. Even we went to the training tour. So if you are given more, and more is expected of you too. With the level of the training and the coaches, we delivered.
Well, she came in singing away in all of her other matches as well. She'll certainly be singing tonight, that's for sure.
And dancing, look at that for a celebration. Woo! She's certainly a crowd pleaser, isn't she? Well, she deserves it after that pin. Great technique.
I just can't stop watching that video. Odunayo Adekroye giving us reasons to talk sports this morning, and wrestling is our focus. I told you that I've got the biggest fish from the ocean of wrestling in Nigeria. You'll be joining us this morning on the program. But before he joins us, you can also join us. Yes, you can be part of the show. You can talk to us. Questions, comments, and suggestions. Today, we're looking at the development of wrestling in Nigeria. That sport gave Nigeria 2 golds, 2 silver, and 8 bronze medals at the Commonwealth Games. What are the ways we can promote other sports in the country? You can talk to us on Twitter, we're Channels_sports. On Facebook, we're Channels sports. Sports this morning on Channels Television. Dan Igali is the president of the Nigerian Wrestling Federation. He joins us this morning on the program. Dan, it's good to have you on the show.
An absolute thrill to be with you here.
Okay, finally, I get you here. And wrestling has been giving us reasons to talk sports. Fantastic experience in Glasgow. Tell me more.
It was wonderful. Obviously, as the president of the federation, you want good results. But to achieve good results, your athletes have to wrestle well. And sometimes they get ahead of themselves because they want to win and then they tighten up. And it happened with a few of the athletes. Some that I expected to do better didn't because of the same jitters you get when you get to tournaments. But overall, I was pleased with our performances. Could have probably gotten a couple more gold medals, but I think they did very well.
I spoke to the athletes and they kept on calling your name. Tell me the sort of experience you bring to this wrestling team.
I'm more like an elder brother to them. You know, for a lot of them, it's even strange to call me president because they see me still as a coach, as a brother. My house, you know, I'm in the Bayelsa State House of Assembly, and so I now live in the quarters. And my personal house is like the hotel for the athletes. My room, an athlete, in fact, Adekore sleeps in my room on my bed when they go to train there. So it's like a family affair. I probably spend more time with the athletes than I even do with my daughter, who lives with me here. I'm glad to see wrestling now growing. Obviously, there's still a lot more to do. You know, we still haven't won a medal at Olympics yet in wrestling. And that is the next phase of development for the sport. But I must, before we start, say that the biggest thing that needs to happen in wrestling and in all other sports has to be corporate sponsorship. We don't have corporate sponsorship, and I think the biggest problem with Nigerian sports is corporate sponsorship. I expected my phone to go off the hook in Glasgow. Especially after seeing Adeni and Adekore put up these kind of fantastic performances. And by the way, Adekore went through four matches, did not have 1 point scored on her.
Wow.
The Canadian girl she wrestled against was the 6th ranked girl in the world. She finished her in about 1 minute 30 seconds. Confidence, poise. Now look at that girl. She's 20. She's good looking, she's very presentable, and most of all, she's good. Now, why can't companies sponsor that girl? As we're talking, all of us,
brand.
Yes, all of us keep talking about government.
Yeah.
Which company has stepped up to say, Adekore, not just the next Olympics, because you know that definitely she has 2020 in her too. In 2020, she will be 26.
Wow.
So how about a company coming up to say, Adekore, not just one company, companies coming up to say, Adekore, I want to be responsible for you for the next 2 years, and then we're going to renew our contract for the next 4 years. We don't see that, and that's our biggest problem.